And there we go. So I got like I got one external hard drive that has fucking 1 terabyte. I need to get some more memory or something. Yeah. And all I have to do is spend some more motherfucking money to do that. Yeah, the reason I have money. There's a reason I have money. I have money because I don't spend it on frivolous shit. I don't spend it when I don't need to spend it. You know, that's the best way. You want to become well off or at least reasonably comfortable and not have to worry about shit. You save your goddamn money. You don't spend it when you don't need to. These fucking kids today. They don't save their money, and they're like, oh, I have no money. You're going out every fucking weekend to bars and shit and drinking all that fucking booze and spending all your money on chicks and trying to get laid, you dummy. That's why you don't have any fucking money. This is what I don't get. So I see this all the time, and these kids are making a lot of money sometimes, but they don't have any fucking money. Oh, where's my money? I'm making good money, but I have no money. I have no money. Why do you have no money, you dummy? Because you're trying to get broads. You're trying to be pretentious and play yourself up to be some kind of a winner and spender, and you're spending all your motherfucking money. How hard is it to understand? You want to have money? Don't spend it. Don't spend it. It's problem solved. You'll have money. They don't get it. You can do relatively well even on a low salary if you just don't spend your money. And I think that's a lot of I think that's why a lot of people, even married couples these days, I mean, don't get married, but a lot of dummies get married, and that's why they have problems. Because they spend all their money on shit they don't need. iPhones and fucking iPads and what the fuck do you need this shit for? Whatever happened to a fucking telephone? Whatever happened to a motherfucking telephone? I mean, one of the biggest wastes of money is a goddamn cell phone, especially in America. Yeah, I got a cell phone, but I don't live in America. So I don't have the fucking bullshit cell phone companies charging me for when somebody calls me. Can you imagine that? Somebody calls you on the fucking phone and you have to pay? Hello? Hello, this is the phone company. We want to let you know that we're going to make you pay us some motherfucking money just by calling you on the phone. Huh? What? I got a call from the phone company. I have to pay for the fucking call using a goddamn cell phone. That's the thing in America a lot of people don't know. You have double payer. So if somebody calls you on the fucking cell phone, they pay and you pay. But not every country does that. So a cell phone in America is a huge expense. And a fucking iPad, that Apple shit. I have to have an Apple. I have to have an Apple phone. Oh, no. Yeah. I'm gonna get a bigger hard drive eventually. If anybody ever donates to my fucking channel, that is. I get some donation. I mean, granted, I'm offering the Patreon. That's the problem. I think that some people don't like Patreon because of their controversial stance, their bullshit stance on some conservatives. It's not so easy. I would use the fucking PayPal thing, but I don't want people knowing who I fucking am. Forgive me. I'm a MGTOW producer. I'd be doxing myself using fucking PayPal, and there's some crowdfunding shit I still have to look into. I do have a real life and I have a fucking job. You know, I had some vacation time, and that's why I was able to post all those videos in so short a span of time. But use it? No. The only thing that you can do is that, like, PayPal me. And then you might be able to change the name, but I can't change the name. I mean, I had PayPal and PayPal Me before I even had a channel. And the PayPal Me, where you just push a button, you can't change that. Once you've got a name assigned to it, it's unchangeable. So I can't use PayPal to get payments from people, unfortunately. But yeah, this guy coming on my channel and bitching and moaning that I'm not using a live stream on YouTube. Oh, well, forgive me. I was making videos to serve my audience better, videos that I enjoyed making and that were controversial and that people enjoyed. But unfortunately, YouTube didn't like that video. No. So they gave me a strike for, harassment and bullying somebody. And unfortunately, I got a strike. And if you get a strike, you have 3 months. No, I cannot mention my job. I don't tell you people anything about what I do for a living, okay? I sinned against the fields. Yes, sinned against the fields. Unfortunately, the fields is all YouTube is. They're not smart enough to realize that, doing this kind of stuff and attacking people who have opinion. This is what happens when you put people into a position of power and authority that essentially is... important position somebody smart should be in. Hello, Hell Craze. Nice to see you. I mean, you put some leftists in power. What are they going to do? They're going to abuse that power. They don't care about making money. They just care about using the job as a platform to spread their leftist dogma bullshit propaganda. Well, they'll finish with it when they start losing money. When they have some competitors that get big enough, if that ever happens, who are able to compete with them, and then they lose a lot of business because conservative content producers go somewhere else, then they'll change. Until then, they're like a monopoly, so they don't have to change. There's no incentive for them. They're like a fucking monopoly. When you're a monopoly, you do whatever the fuck you want. You do whatever the hell you want. And they do whatever they want, and they don't have to worry about losing money. It's that simple. So they're not going to finish on the little stance. No, they're just going to double down and double down. That's their nature. Now, they'll change when they start losing money, but not because they want to, because the people that hold the shares in the company will start selling off, and then their stock price will drop down, and then somebody will say, okay, enough with this diversity bullshit, enough with this leftist agenda using our platform to push feminism and cultural Marxism. We have to make some actual money. Yeah. I mean, now they just make money by existing. They don't have to make anybody happy. Oh, look, Wise Philosopher's back. He's typing again, but he still hasn't downloaded the app. Probably here to tell me I should spend my money on something else. What else should I get, Wise Philosopher, that will help make my show better? And that will allow me to stream and serve your life. Because it's all about you, Wise Philosopher, right? Everything I do in life should be to serve you and make your life better. I'm just here to serve you, you entitled cunt. That's right. I'm just here to essentially placate you because you're too lazy to download a little app. Oh, he's talking. Not for long, he's not. Muted. Can you hear him now? Ah! You can't hear me. Ah. Ah. Fuck. One second. Aha. You can't hear me? Oh. Oh, no, I didn't mute. I accidentally clicked on the, yeah. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I accidentally clicked on the little microphone at the bottom of my page. Not the most tech-savvy guy, not because I'm stupid, but because I'm not up to date on all this shit. Oh, here we go. Oh, Lord, dude, I'm going to have to kick this guy because he's writing fucking novels and shit. I was just being nice, but you seem kind of dumb right now for a philosopher. Yes, oh yes, you know everything about what a philosopher is, don't you? I just love how these people who want to brand themselves wise and real philosophers, just like real MGTOW, yeah. The no true Scotsman fallacy, pal. Because I watch live videos all the time. I'm not a pussy either, but you sound like one for taking shit to someone who was just trying to be nice to you. Trying to be nice to me? Really? Okay, you're coming in here, you're sounding like an entitled cunt, telling me what I need to do to make my channel better. You arrogant little cunt, you. But somehow, oh, I'm a bad guy. Yeah, okay. He's gone. You gotta go, buddy. Those whores are greedy and worse than you think. And you're sorry, pal. Yeah, you're getting on my nerves now. And well, not really getting on my nerves, but you're coming in here and you're refusing to download the app. So I can't. So essentially, he's got a one-way ticket. He's got a captive audience. If you've got a captive audience in my show, you're refusing. You're essentially, by not downloading the app, you're refusing to interact with me. You're essentially ignoring me, and that's the one thing you're not going to do on my show. So you got to go, buddy. Sorry. I don't even see him. Where is he? I don't even see him in the people online. Where's Wise Philosopher? Is he hiding or something? What the fuck is this guy? Oh, there he is. All right, so kick Wise Philosopher. Bye-bye. I got him. He's gone. I didn't ban him. I just kicked him. Because that's bullshit, okay? I mean, I told people the requirements for being here. You just have to download the app. Just download the app. How hard is that? Who is this? I was just being mean, but you seem kind of smart right about later for an entry-level worker because I listen to pre-recorded audio files all the time. I'm not tough by either. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. Who is this fucking guy? I'm not a tough buy either, but you look like negative one for talking. You're under someone who's just trying to be mean to you and hinder you, and you're about men on at the park closures. Men like listen at a completely different quantity than what the substance that men want. Debt losses. What the fuck? This is the same guy. Okay. And Cap. How are you listening? You're not even in the fucking chat room, pal. Yeah, I love, this is the trolls. This is the trolls that TFM tries to essentially avoid by posting a different link to his room every week and revealing it like an hour before the show. Yeah, it's the same guy. Or it's just a troll. Who knows? Trolls are fine. They want to be a troll, I'll kick you out. You want to invest the energy to come back? You're going to have to go through the process of creating a whole different account, okay? That's one of the good things about this Discord. You actually have to do something to get back in. It takes some effort, and for lazy people, amazing. He's so lazy, he can't download the app, which really means he just doesn't want to directly interact with me because he's too much of a pussy to effectively talk to me one-on-one and have somebody that can contradict his bullshit. So that's really all it is, because if he's not that lazy because he's creating several accounts and he's going through all this trouble. Yeah, I don't know. It's totally self-contradictory. It makes no sense whatsoever. Papa MGTOW, nice to see you, and thank you for the donation, by the way. Yeah, I will live streaming software. Guys, I'm an old guy. I'm not the most technically proficient guy. No excuse, of course. I'm going to look more into free software, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I would probably already have done it, but I still have like another month and a half before I can live stream. So I can't even use that goddamn thing yet, unfortunately. And, I mean, I would live stream if I could. I mean, I would figure it out eventually. I mean, I'm somewhat busy, and I really hate that shit, to be honest. But I would do it eventually. But again, I can't do it. I can't live stream because of fucking YouTube. So, I'll buy the satellite. Wow, yeah. Gee, I wish I had that kind of money. Yeah. I love people. This guy, it's so funny. He said, how did he know I was even being mean? How would he know? He can't hear the show. Oh, I called him a pussy, and I called him. He's being a cunt. The guy was being a cunt. He comes in here and tells me what I need to do with my show, and he's too lazy to listen, to download the app. But he's got more than enough time to type fucking 500-word text messages and post them in the chat room. Which, by the way, it takes a hell of a lot longer than pushing a button and downloading 50 megabytes. No, that's bullshit. Like I said, the guy just didn't want to interact with me one-on-one, so he doesn't want somebody who has the intellectual capacity to rebut any of his viewpoints. So he just wanted to have a captive audience. Yes, I'm going to come into your chat room, and I'm going to say whatever I want. I'm not going to download the app so that I can hear you essentially disagreeing with me, because I can't take people disagreeing with me. But, I'm just doing it because I'm lazy. No, it's because you can't handle criticism or people disagreeing with you, cunt. I'm not Canadian. No, I'm American. Just don't live in America. I got the fuck out of there as soon as I saw the tide turning, baby. Oh, maybe. Who knows? Quite possibly. He sounded like a feminist to me. So, yeah. We're all just primates sticking around. Yeah, well, it's true. Intelligent primates, arguably, some more so than others. I would say that wise philosopher. I always get concerned when I see somebody. That's like social justice. It's like when I hear social justice, I get concerned because it's bullshit, of course. Social justice is crap. Social justice is a bad thing. You're a philosopher. Let me decide if you're a wise one or not. Don't brand yourself wise, okay? I don't need to do that. I'm just a guy who is philosophical. You think I'm a bad philosopher? Whatever. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. Or I think I'm a good one. Okay. Whatever. But I don't need to call myself good, bad, wise, awesome. Pfft. Yeah, I could have named myself Awesome MGTOW Philosopher. But I didn't. I'd have to be a pretentious cunt to do something like that. Okay, mute. Yeah. The BLM demands, Black Lives Matter. Oh, yeah. Oh, but don't you know they're a freedom organization? They're not a hate group. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. So, ANCAP Jesus. So wise philosopher, or as you're now calling yourself, ANCAP Jesus, you took the time, I see, to download the app eventually. Well, that's good. Extreme MGTOW philosopher of knowing of all things. Yes, I would like to be that. Of course, if I was the knowing of all things, I would have no problem having a live streaming. And of course, I would have known exactly what limits to stay within to not get that strike from YouTube. And then I'd be live streaming and I'd be getting donations from everyone. But of course, if I knew everything, I would have bet on the lottery a long fucking time ago. And I would have all the money in the goddamn world. So I could afford anything I wanted to buy, which I could, of course, if I wanted to waste my money. And that's the reason I have money to begin with, because I don't waste it. Okay. Interesting. Hello, ANCAP Jesus. I see you came back. You found the energy to push a button. How are you? Yeah, social justice warriors do not actually perform any service of justice. They had the same thing in the Soviet Union. I'm fine. Thank you, ANCAP. The Soviet Union used to have community councils, essentially where everybody, once a month, would get together in that specific community, and they would essentially enact social justice against their neighbor. Okay, comrades, do you know anyone in your community who has done anything bad, or who has been politically incorrect and not followed the party line? Hey, comrade, I know someone who's done something bad. Oh, please tell us, what have they done? Oh, he spoke badly about our grand supreme leader. Oh, who did this? He did. We must enact social justice against our comrade and send him to a re-education center in Siberia. Of course, unfortunately for the social justice warriors in America, they don't have re-education centers. But what they do have is social justice that they can act against you, where they can get you fired from your job, and then you can become homeless and suffer the consequences. So, of course, you will follow the party line or suffer the consequences. How's my Russian impersonation? Good? Mediocre? Well, I have some Russian friends, so I hear their robotic speech all the time. Yeah. I've always been good at doing characters. I remember when I was a kid, I used to do... You ever watch the Johnny Carson show? Johnny Carson. He used to have this bit where he had this guy that was selling shit, and this guy would have these fucking bullshit snake oil products, and he would go on in this quick voice, and buy this now, and you buy this, you get this. I don't remember the guy's name. It was very interesting. Johnny Carson actually used to do a lot of skits, and I used to like to perform some of those skits for my parents. I was always somewhat creative in that regard, so yeah. It's always good with the characters and such. So, ANCAP Jesus, you are a wise philosopher also, right? And don't lie, because we will know. Yes, come on. Yeah, of course you are. I mean, you just changed the name. Well, why'd you choose wise philosopher? I mean, why not just call yourself philosopher or something? I mean, was it just to try and counter me? Oh, you're not. Oh, maybe you're not. I don't know. You typed English doesn't seem quite the same tone and everything. I'm just saying what everybody else said. I really don't have a fucking clue. But everybody else thinks you were. Well, I don't know. Maybe you are. It was just, maybe you're not. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Who knows? I don't give a fuck, really, to be honest. I don't give a shit about most things, honestly. I suppose that's why I'm able to be happy. I don't fucking care. All right, so you're him, you're not him, whatever. I mean, if you were him, you wouldn't say so. So, you could be. Who knows? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, well, it sounded like you were saying it. I don't know. That's why I kicked you. Well, that because I thought you were fucking the same guy. Anyhow, nice to see you. I can see somebody found the energy to download that very difficult app and essentially come in. It takes so much work to download that app. What the fuck? What do you mean, what the fuck? Why say what the fuck? Because of what Lifelike Sage just posted? Was that a symbol? What is that, Arabic or something? What is that? Looks like an upside-down sickle. Oh, okay. I don't even know how to use one of those. He's confused. Maybe. I think he's saying that he took a prior message from Wise Philosopher and he changed it around to be ironic. That just to show some irony or something. And we somehow mistook him for Wise Philosopher. That's what he's saying, I think. All right, that's cool. Yeah, if you read the message, it was bragging about how mean I was being. Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I was being mean. Well, look. I mean, all right, you're going to come in here and demand things of me. I just don't like that. I mean, okay, I'm doing a service. I'm not asking anybody for it, anything. I'm fine. I mean, eventually I'll quit doing it if I don't get fucking, I mean, there's no incentive, of course. Eventually I'm just going to quit doing it or scale back to a point where I'm not doing very much because I'm not getting any payoff. I mean, what are we living in, fantasy land here? I mean, people don't start donating or don't start making something from it. Of course, I'm getting no incentivization. But for now, I'm doing it because I enjoy it to a point, at least this show. But don't come in here and demand shit from me. Like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. And, oh, well, that'll cost money, right? Oh, Sonny. Hello, Sonny. How are you? Sonny's back. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Well, we got more people than last week. We had more when the show closed, but we didn't have this many people at the halfway point last week. Well, I mean, just don't demand shit. I mean, the fucking Wise Philosopher, my ass wise. Don't come in. You're getting a free service, and the demand I offer you give you even more. I mean, hello. Can you see how ungrateful that is? Fucking A, man. If you're going to demand that I do more, why don't you put some money in my motherfucking pocket, pal? All right? Why don't you do that? Oh, I'm too lazy to do that. You probably don't have any money because you are so fucking lazy. Lazy people don't tend to have much money, of course. That's why I called him a fucking cunt. And he got his pussy hairs in an uproar and he ran out. Yeah. Well, I booted him out, but regardless. Only because he refused to interact with me directly. Don't come in here and say, oh, I'm not going to use the voice chat. You're going to have to talk to me using text. You're going to dictate how I communicate with you on my fucking show? Goodbye. Yeah, maybe shaved him. Yeah. Pussy. And that whole lazy shit, that was just a bunch of bullshit. Nothing but a troll. Nothing but a troll. He just wants to be anonymous, and he doesn't want to have to confront anybody. That's what trolls are. I've done some trolling myself, so, But, I'm not a wimp like that fucking guy. I'll actually communicate with you face-to-face. I mean, I'll talk to you. Sure, enter the voice chat. I'll have a debate with you. Oh, no, I'm too much of a wimp to do that. I'm just going to stay in here in the chat room where I can't hear you, where I don't have to have my views challenged. I don't want to be challenged in any way. I want it easy. I just want an echo chamber. Yeah, I like echo chambers. Echo chambers are good. I just hear my own voice and the voices of other people who agree with me. Oh, that's great. What a wonderful world you live in. I wish I could live in a world like that. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not stupid enough to want to live in that kind of world. And, of course, I care about the world, and I want it to be a better place than when I entered into it. So, yeah, I couldn't live in an echo chamber. It's easy to live in an echo chamber. Nobody challenges you. You don't have to deal with people directly. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe it's my tags, but I don't know. I know that one guy, Computing Forever, he talked about this, about how he has no tags and his videos still get demonetized and, he still has problems. So I don't think it's just checking tags. I don't know how this algorithm works. I mean, maybe I should have no tags or I should just change the titles, not to include any words that are like, I don't know, targeting. Their algorithm targets. Maybe I need to do that. Because my subscribers, like I said, I was getting 150 subscribers a day, 150 for over a month. And then overnight, now come on, we know that trends don't just like go into the dumper, okay? You don't just go from like 100, 150 to like 10. Or it doesn't just drop off a fucking cliff. That means that YouTube is in some way manipulating my content so it doesn't get seen as much, viewed as much, exposed to new people as much, and so I'm getting a lot less subscribers. I mean, that's obvious. And you hear about this all the time, that new shadow function. Oh, we're not going to ban your video because you haven't broken any rules, but we don't like the opinions that you have, so we're going to put it in this weird netherverse shadow world where nobody can find it if they search for it, and there's no comments, and they'd have to know the exact name of the video to find it. What? Well, you might as well ban it. Race difference in intelligent code, American Renaissance. They wrote. Oh, of course they did. I talk about stuff like that in some of my videos. Now, I did, for example, go to, like I signed on to YouTube, but not as myself, and you can find me if you type in MGTOW Philosopher, but you got to know who I am. Otherwise, you're not going to find me. And I doubt very much that my videos are showing up in, like, the, videos that might interest you. Like, for example, I know that YouTube is supposed to present you with videos that you enjoy or the kind of content that you tend to watch. I know a lot of MGTOW people coming on are not seeing my content because, again, when they were seeing it before, I was getting 100, 150 new subscribers a day. Now it's like 10, 12. I mean, come on. Like videos, okay. All the videos and comments, yeah. Well, race difference in intelligence is a very real thing. There have been studies done for 100 years proving this. It's going off the deep end because it has no competition. There's no real competition. I mean, other platforms are still crap. I mean, if you look at VidMe, I tried to download videos there. First, they have a 30-minute limit. So there's some videos I just can't upload there, excuse me. Not only that, but you don't have unlimited upload capacity. You only have 3 gigabytes a week. And you have to get 50 subscribers or more just to apply for unlimited download capacity. You don't get it automatically. So I don't even have 50 subscribers even after over a month. And when I get it, then I have to apply separately, and then I have to wait for a week to see if I get approved. And whether or not they approve me is totally arbitrary. And then even if they do, there's still a time limit on the videos. I mean, there's so many roadblocks. So it's not a good platform yet. And I don't know about Minds.com. I've heard some bad things about Minds.com. That they've become very centered around censoring people, and that they've already got sort of a social justice feel to them. Hopefully, they'll get better. I mean, VidMe seems okay. I haven't checked out Minds yet, but I'm just afraid the same thing will happen to them that happened to YouTube. Who's bitch? I don't even know who that is. Bitch shoot or bit shoot? I don't know who that is. Bitch shoot. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I mean, there's got to be millions and millions of content providers on YouTube. You're gonna have to give me some kind of reference point beyond just a name. I mean, it maybe post a link or something, and then I'd know. I mean, if you name a MGTOW producer who's moderately well-known, maybe I'll know. Somebody please just shoot the bitch. Mimi Crunch, shoot the bitch. Oh, it's a meme. Oh, it's a meme, I see. Peer-to-peer video sharing platform. Ah, well, it's just like a Tor. It's just like a Tor downloader or something, right? Wouldn't that be inferior to YouTube? Well, I mean, well, you're just putting stuff in some kind of cloud file, right? Or that acts like a torrent, like a peer-to-peer. You could do that with almost any. I mean, there's lots and lots of. You've got the Pirates Bay. You've got a whole bunch of different torrent sites out there you can upload your material to. I never thought about doing that, honestly. I thought that would get, in my mind, less views than on YouTube. I don't know how much good that would do. I mean, I'm just thinking, practically speaking, how many people are out there browsing peer-to-peer bit downloaders looking for MGTOW content? No, they go on YouTube and watch a video there. It would be inferior. I mean, you're right. It might be a different venue. I might get some new subscribers, but it'd be very few. I'll be honest. I don't even see the big deal about fucking Twitter. I have Twitter, and I think I have 3 followers. So I don't even know what the big deal is about Twitter. I don't even know how Twitter works. I don't use it. I guess I should be posting every video I make on there. I just can't be bothered. But, I mean, 3 followers. I don't get Twitter. I mean, what do? You just look for other people, and then you comment on the shit they comment on? I don't get it. I really don't get it. We have somebody else show up. I heard something. No. Yeah, I just know that President Trump is on Twitter. That's all I know. And he posts there a lot. That's good. I mean, what is Twitter going to do? Ban the President of the United States? No. They don't like him. And if he wasn't president, they would have banned him a long time ago, of course. Yeah, they're losing money big time. But they're run by social justice warriors. All these companies, all these tech companies, see, because all these people coming out of college, the majority of them are leftists. Do you know that only about 10% of the American population has the intellectual capacity to go to university and benefit in any way? I mean, going to university is a waste of time for 90% of the population. They just don't have the intelligence to benefit. Look at the classes being offered at fucking university. Gender studies? Are you kidding me? Of course, it's not gender studies, it's woman studies. They just call it gender studies, so you don't know that it's totally one-sided. It doesn't teach you anything about men. Or if it does teach something about men, it teaches you to hate men. I mean, gender studies, TV, fucking courses that watch TV. You just watch TV. You pay $5,000 to watch The Simpsons. Are you kidding me? I can do that at home for free. I mean, how is that a university? I mean, these fucking... these universities are a joke. What people don't tell you is the majority of people shouldn't be going to college. They shouldn't be. It doesn't do them any good. They want them to go to college, though, so they can indoctrinate them further. They want to have this bullshit with this, it's a pseudo-private institution. It's not really, because many of them get state funding, but private institution, so you're able to do more indoctrination there than you could in a private school. I mean, a public school, where, of course, it's all federal dollars, all taxpayer dollars, and they manage to indoctrinate you well enough in public school, but they can't be as overt about it. So they want to get you into those universities so they can really cook you good and indoctrinate you into the party line. So that's why they want everybody to go to college. You make them taller. Equality of outcome. Yeah, bullshit. Of course, that's totally crap. No, hey, how that actually works is you just chop off the other guy's legs so he's shorter. And then everybody's on an equal playing field. That's really how equality of outcome works. That's what it is. Because you can't make people equal in the outcome. If you got one guy that's smarter than the other, he's smarter than the other. So you have to have some way to fucking find some way to essentially handicap that person. And then you're equal. But you can't have... wait, MGTOW for Life has got me turned off. MGTOW for Life, can you hear me? Because I see you've got the headphones off. Does anybody else see that, or is it just me? Oh, it's possible, I guess. That's weird, though. Yeah. Could somebody ask him what's up with that? I don't feel like typing. Okay, I'll type. Now I'm getting lazy. He doesn't seem to understand how it works. Maybe he doesn't know that he's... Well, I can't access that. I can access whether or not I hear him or you hear him, but I can't access his sound and turn on his speakers. Only he can do that. God damn it. I don't even have the power to turn on his fucking speakers. Fuck. I need to transform all of fucking society so I can have that power. Damn it. All right, let me see if I can... yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know about penguins. Very interesting birds. Penguins. Don't know a lot about them. They're cute, and they don't seem to be that afraid of people. I wonder what penguin tastes like. Probably tastes like chicken. Hello, Fizzy Bro. Who's retarded as fuck? Me? If you say so. Or are we talking about MGTOW for life? Well, they live in the Arctic. All they do is slide around on their bellies. It's low friction, and it's faster than walking. Yeah, they waddle. They just waddle around. Yeah, I heard somebody. Did somebody just enter? I heard that little beep. I don't see anybody new. Yeah, penguins are cute. I don't know how we got on the subject of talking about penguins. What the fuck? My God. Ay vey. A little too random here. They don't experience the violence of children kicking them like most other animals do. Some truth to that. That's very odd. Speaking of animals, this is random as fuck, but I had a couple dogs living near my house. I used to see these dogs when I go to the store. I'd pet the dog, and there's another store I went to when I pet the dog, and at the same time, they both just disappeared. And the one dog had puppies, and the puppies disappeared. So all these dogs disappeared. I'm like, what happened to them? Nobody knows. I think somebody might have ate them. That's what I think. No, I don't know. Who knows? Feels good. Oh, the keck. Isn't he a symbol of hate? Isn't the keck like a hate symbol? Didn't somebody brand the keck as a symbol of hatred? Racial hatred? Although I don't know what race he is. He looks like a frog to me. Isn't that a species? Not a race? Oh, he's an Egyptian god. Well, could be. I thought I was familiar with all of them, but maybe not. Yeah, I know what he represents. I'm being facetious. Of course I know what the fucking keck means. I know what he represents. But honestly, that's so stupid. It just tells you how intolerant these people are. They've been raised in all these fucking safe spaces where they can't handle any contrary opinions to theirs. That's how I know that wise philosopher dude was a fucking leftist. He enjoys my content. Hey, you enjoy my content, but you're a fucking socialist. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want socialists enjoying my content. I don't want somebody enjoying my content who then says and talks like that. You're a fucking socialist. How can you enjoy my content and be a socialist? You have to be one of the most brain-dead motherfuckers on the earth. My content is all anti-socialism. It's anti-collectivism. You're a collectivist. How could you be enjoying my content? That just makes me wonder, what the fuck am I saying that's not getting through to you, dude? I'm clearly not getting through to you. You're just enjoying me for the comedic aspect? None of my message is getting through that thick brain plate of yours? Honestly? I don't get it. How could you be a leftist and enjoy my content? I really don't understand it. And how could you enjoy my content and be a leftist and not be converted to a righty? Or at least somewhat conservative or a non-leftist? Could be. Yeah, a lot of these people are fucked up and twisted. There's that cognitive dissonance. Yeah, okay, I see. So he's got some cognitive dissonance going on. Well, no, I don't want to. I really don't like indulging in that aspect of my nature and being very negative like I was with that guy. It's very forced for me. I don't enjoy it. I mean, some of it's genuine, but I don't like to go too far into that kind of negativity. It's not good for you. It's yourself, and so some of it's genuine, but I don't like to be like that angry MGTOW dude. I mean, he just like, wow. He must be young. I don't know if he realizes it, but he could be doing some major damage to himself. I think being angry like that all the time can really fuck with your body. Keep saying the welfare state is going to collapse. Oh, yeah, I heard that. I just came across his live stream randomly. So he must say that a lot because I was there for about 5 minutes. It just popped up, and I'd never seen a live stream from him before. And it's like, huh, he's live. What is that about? So I went in there, and it was like 180 people. And it was like all about, the state's going to collapse tomorrow. It seemed like he was just into telling people what they want to hear. And then they would donate money to him. But I don't think it's going to collapse tomorrow. I'm a realist. I think it's going to be at least 50 to 70 years. I mean, that's just it. I'm a realist. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's going to collapse because that's economic inevitability. You can't just keep printing money and stealing people's money and going deeper and deeper into debt and not have it collapse eventually. It'll just take longer because we're so fucking rich. He's really fucked up. He's crazy. He's crazy. I don't know about that. I'm not going to make pejoratives like that. I don't know the guy, and I haven't actually listened to a lot of his content, mainly because I got kind of turned off because when I did listen to his content, he was just screaming. And sometimes I raise my voice, but he does it like the whole goddamn video. And it's more like ranting. And sometimes I might sound like I'm ranting, but, you know, it's in a low voice, and I'm actually making a point. And it's like sort of like, you know, compressed to a short period of time. But it's just like the whole video is him ranting. It's like a 15-minute long rant. And I'm like, how does he breathe? He's got to have to take a breath at some point. Yeah, I just said, well, he's not wrong about that. There are FEMA camps in North Carolina. I mean, that are essentially scooping up homeless people and putting them in FEMA camps. It's true. But, okay, so cover the subject and move on. I mean, don't just focus on the same goddamn subject. Yeah, he does seem to talk about the same thing over and over again and like not come to like a point of some kind. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I haven't listened to much of his content. I heard a little bit and it was enough. I had to turn him off because it was just too repetitive and it was very negative. Too negative and just the ranting. You know, too much ranting. But I mean, his content seems okay. I mean, he's somewhat engaging but he's been on YouTube a long time? Hadn't he been on a couple years? I mean, it looks like he's been on at least a year or two. I was going to say you'd think he'd have more followers, but YouTube's doing the same shit to him that they're doing to me. So, I mean, if you look at I think it's happening to every MGTOW producer to a certain extent because in the 4 or 5 months I've been on, that MGTOW 101 or somebody I forget which one he was like 89,000 and now he's 90,000. Took like 4 months to get another 1,000 subscribers. I mean, holy shit. Who are you talking about? He had a channel before he found Underworld. He found his unicorn. Who are we talking about? Angry MGTOW? Oh. What he was making videos well before a couple years ago. He's crazy. He's really fucked up. He fell in love, closed his channel, then she left and he reopened it. Well, that's the ultimate red pill, isn't it? He fell in love with what he thought was the rare special unicorn, and then she fucked him over, and he got so fucking angry, then he just went off the deep end. I see. Yeah, he makes no points. It seems like it. Air comes in the butt. Had his channel before he found on the wall. Then he closed it. He closed the channel, or he just stopped making videos? He made a video. I was wrong about women. Really? I bet he took that down, didn't he? I mean, he took that motherfucker down the second she left him, and he went right back to making videos again. He was universal MGTOW. So it's the same channel, though? So it's the absolutely positively same channel. He just changed the name of the channel, but it's the same channel and the same subscribers from before he left. Oh, did somebody new show up? Reverse Lee! The guy whose avatar looks like I don't know what the fuck it looks like, but it doesn't look like an owl, but it is actually an owl. Okay. Nice to see you again. Universal MGTOW. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm curious to know some of the history of these people. I've talked about my history somewhat. So he was Universal MGTOW. Then his girlfriend left. He got mad. He closed it, then came back and made a new channel. Holy shit. So this is a new channel. So he had an old channel. Interesting. Same guy. Sandman made a video called I Was Wrong About Women. That's weird. He doesn't. I mean, he seems more. Sandman seems very much a realist about women. I would be surprised if he made a video contradicting everything he said about women. I'm sure if he said it was wrong about women, he's probably just saying they're even worse than I thought. He provides the evidence of the video existing. Oh, I see. He's talking about Angry MGTOW. Why would he do that? Does he not like Angry MGTOW, or is there some kind of beef between those two? Take care, Drew. Have a nice day. A fan asked him to talk about it. Oh, well, yeah. Sandman is a bit of a mercenary. I need to start doing that myself. He gets paid to make videos on specific subjects. I should do that. There's a beef between Angry MGTOW and Sandman with Turd Flinging Monkey. Well, I'm not surprised about that. I've only listened to Turd Flinging Monkey a few times, but the few times I've listened, he talks about Sandman in a negative way, and he also has talked about Angry MGTOW in a negative way. So I figure if I just heard that randomly, he's probably talking about them quite a bit. I don't know if he's talked any trash about me yet. I wouldn't be surprised because I refused to come on his talk show, so maybe he has. Who knows? Sandman and Venom are wrecking havoc, and I'm just sitting here masturbating. That's pretty good. I like that. It looks like Spider-Man, though. Who's that supposed to be? Angry MGTOW? Well, you need to put a little face there with a beard and glasses or whatever the hell his avatar is. A lot of YouTubers hate... What do you mean, hate who? Turd Flinging Monkey or Angry MGTOW? I will admit, he does seem a little crazy. I think one person said on my channel that I sound like Angry MGTOW, but not crazy, so that's good. A lot of people hate him. I don't know why. Well, I don't know. I haven't watched any of his videos, actually. I've watched partials of his videos. I couldn't get through it. I couldn't get through the whole video because he's just so angry. It just doesn't sound right. Yeah, there's that too, yeah. Well, he rants. He just rants a lot. The ranting is not good. I mean, it's okay to rant if there's like a direction. You know, when I rant, it's like a river and the water's flowing in a particular direction and it's reaching an actual point that's going to be a goal, the point I'm making. He just seems to like rant like randomly, just gets angry and then blows up. So, yeah, that's not good ranting. I think there's good ranting. I think there's bad ranting. That's bad ranting. We have a new arrival. I want to play with my... Oh, well, that's an interesting name. Hello, you want to play with your cock. How are you? Or maybe it's dog. I can't see the rest of the name. It's cut off. But anyway, welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, that could be it. Okay, he wants to play with his daughter. Well, that's fine, too. I don't care about the name, really. I don't mind a little provocation. I'm a fan of Milo Yiannopoulos, so I definitely like provocation. I'm not like Ben Shapiro, who thinks that provocation is a bad thing. He has a problem with Milo. I think he has a problem with Milo because Milo is very intelligent, and you know he's just a little, maybe a little envious. He's certainly like, this fucking guy. He needs to stop doing what I'm doing. Because they both kind of do the same thing. I don't think he likes the competition. Of course, Ben just says, oh, no, I just don't like him because he's too provocative. Uh-huh. Okay. I think they're both of similar intelligence level, and they both kind of have the same message. So, you know, that's the only explanation I can see for why Ben Shapiro doesn't like Milo. I don't believe it's that he has a problem with provocation. Give me a fucking break. He provokes people all the time. He just doesn't do it in what he considers a negative way. Well, I don't throw insults, and I don't get into character attacks. I just use logic and reason, and if they get into character attacks with me, I'll do the same thing, but I don't do it as a par for the course. Yeah, okay. Drunken peasant's appearance. Oh, I don't think that alt-right bullshit is even real. I mean, you're on the right, left. Alt-right is like a fucking leftist created term to try and brand people as more extreme than they actually are, brand them as extremists. That's actually a leftist-created term. And you could adopt it as your own, just to tell them to go fuck themselves. Oh, you want to call me alt-right? Okay, I'm alt-right, motherfucker. How do you like that? Sure, okay. You want to call me alt-right? I'll call myself alt-right then, just to tell you to go fuck yourself. A guy that sit back by the pool and watch the world burn. Yeah, well, you got no choice. I mean, there's nothing you can do to stop the world from burning. The world's going to fucking burn, trust me. It's just going to happen later. And people are wondering, why hasn't the United States collapsed yet? I mean, Venezuela, what did it take? Less than 20 years? And they have garbage lines? Oh, no, they don't have lines. They don't have food lines outside supermarkets in Venezuela. Oh, no. The supermarkets have to form lines at the dumpster. And the people have to get into a line to access the garbage. Okay, one at a time. You can only fill up a bag this small with refuse, okay? Okay, next person, come get your garbage. This is no joke. You might think I'm joking, but it's no joke. They actually have garbage lines in Venezuela where you have to get in the line to get garbage. But they weren't as rich as America. I don't think people understand just how rich capitalism made America. Oh, but capitalism is so evil, and socialism is wonderful, even though socialism is what destroys countries. Bunch of morons. Well, they're one and the same. You can't be a socialist without being an authoritarian, because everything in socialism comes from authority. Sabine Vogel. Hot chick? Maybe. The mask hides some shit, so could be some crow's feet hiding under there, but she looks like she might be hot. I'd bang her. That's about it. Any chick that hot doesn't have anything interesting to say, trust me. She's going to talk about fucking Beyonce and that stupid fucking song, and I go on and on endlessly about the Kardashians and Dancing with the Stars and shit. No, thank you, honey. Just, lay there, put your foot here, the other foot here, and, let's do this, and that's about it. The government steps in and implements some form of socialism. They claim socialism is necessary. Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, once you got that money, then you get a lot of people that envy the people who are smart enough and hardworking enough to get the money. And so those people band together into their little collective, and they lobby the government to give them free shit. And, of course, you have the big global elites paying for all of that because they want socialism, because socialism makes it easy to control the population, make everybody into a collective, put everybody in their little identity politic groups, and have them clash against each other and create all this friction. Meanwhile, you're there to pick up the pieces afterwards and propose all these new legislations that solve these problems and correct these injustices, all the while you're socially engineering society to become the socialist utopia that you want. Now, you see, that's a good rant. That's what the angry MGTOW needs to do. He needs good rants like that have an end result, an end point that reaches a destination. That's an example of a good rant. Anyway, we're all slaves to the government right now. Yeah. I mean, not me. I don't live in America anymore. I got the fuck out. But, yeah, you're all slaves. Yeah. Yeah. I would advise you to get out if you can. But most can't. So, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. You have to take care of yourself, though. Don't worry about other people. Take care of yourself. And by the way, if everybody did that, the world would be a lot better fucking place. Then you wouldn't have all these people running around saying, I can't take care of myself. I can't take care of myself. Now you're a fucking parasite, and you've been enabled and taught to believe that you cannot make it in this world, so you have essentially made yourself into a fucking parasite. If you believe you could get ahead, if you're given the message that you could get ahead through hard work and sacrifice, that you could be successful, then you'd be successful, and you'd be able to take care of yourself, and you wouldn't need my ass to give you money. Give being the key word. Just like that fucking wise philosopher who came in here asking for free shit. Give me this, give me that. You need to do this, MGTOW Philosopher, because I just don't feel like downloading that app. So you should serve me, because I'm needy. I need stuff. I need you to start a live stream on YouTube, because I can't be bothered to download the app. You need to serve me, because, I'm not able to serve myself. Yeah, okay. Give me money, motherfucker. Give me something to do what you want me to do for you. Or you want me to do it for free. I see. Oh, well, you're just a leftist. Don't listen to what people say, okay? Listen to what they do. Listen to their ideologies. Listen to what they believe. Anybody can say I'm an anti-feminist. Anybody can say I'm anti-this, I'm anti-that, or I'm this, or I'm that. No, 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 no. No, no. Tell me what you believe, and then I'll spot the inconsistencies, and then I'll tell you what you are, okay? Coming in here trying to pass himself off as a MGTOW guy. Give me a fucking break. You leftist scumbag, you. You're a type of destroying the world. Go down to Venezuela, get in the garbage line. To wait for your daily allotment of garbage. Why'd you go do that? Oh, no, I'm not in line to get eggs or bread. I'm in the line to get garbage. What? Yeah, I think there's probably some old lettuce and pork rinds in the fucking garbage that I can eat, and it'll serve me well because I have no food at home. So I'm going to just eat some garbage. Yeah, I'm going to eat some garbage because the country doesn't produce anything anymore because of socialism. And, of course, our money is worth nothing. You know, in Venezuela, in the past 6 months, they have experienced 300% inflation. 300% inflation! And who wants Venezuelan money? And they can't get anything from other countries because their money is now so worthless. And they don't have anything to buy. Yeah, okay, let's trade with America because we're not producing any food anymore. So let's go buy some wheat from America. The American producers are like, what the fuck? You want to buy American wheat with Venezuelan money? Get the fuck out of here, Venezuelan money. It ain't worth anything. And there's nothing in Venezuela to buy with it. They don't produce anything anymore. All the people that had a brain and they were smart enough and rich enough to produce shit left Venezuela, or they were dumb enough to stay. The ones that are dumb enough to stay, they've had all their money taken from them. So now they have no money either to produce anything, to manufacture anything. So the smart, wealthiest people, they got out of Venezuela. And the ones that didn't get out, they've lost all their money because the government took it all and redistributed it to the poor people. So now nobody has enough money or resources to produce anything. Welcome to the glorious utopia of socialism. Yeah, of course it's proof. And it's why you don't hear the left talking about Venezuela anymore. They don't want to talk about it. Oh, they thought it was great. This is a model of how wonderful socialism is. Look at how great Venezuela's doing under Hugo Chavez. Yeah, it was doing great for about 10, 12 years because they were very rich. And so there was plenty of money to pilfer, plenty of money to steal from the rich and give to the poor. But eventually the money runs out. So for Venezuela, it was about 15 years. How long for America? Right, that's the question to ask. How long until America goes into the dumper and experiences the same kind of problem? Because it'll happen eventually. You'll have garbage lines eventually outside of supermarkets in America where you got a line around the block of people waiting to go through the dumpster. And some dude standing there with a baseball bat to limit everybody to one small bag of garbage. Yeah, we got some good... what is it? Coffee rinds. Yeah, we got some good coffee rinds at the bottom of the dumpster there. You can have those. And there's a dead raccoon over there in the corner of the dumpster. I don't know if you can have that. If it'll fit in your bag, maybe we need to get a hatchet and chop it in half because I don't know that it would be fair to everybody else waiting in line for you to get the whole dead raccoon. Maybe somebody else should get part of that dead raccoon. What the fuck? That's what you're dealing with in Venezuela. Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. They got a civil war thing going on. Yeah, you can eat raccoon, sure. I mean, as long as it's not off. I mean, if it's off, you're fucked. Then you're going to get botulism and die. But, you know, if it's been dead like a day and it wasn't too hot outside, yeah, you could eat it. You got rednecks that hit fucking deer and shit, and then they put the deer in the trunk and they haul it home and butcher it and eat it. Sure, why not? The thing fucked up my car. I might as well get something out of it. I mean, shit, that's a lot of good meat. I don't know if you've ever eaten venison. It's pretty good. So you hit the deer with your car. At least you get something out of it. 50, 60 pounds of good meat. I mean, hell, it's some kind of compensation. It's compensation of a sort. Yeah, it's going to cost you $1,000 to repair your car, but at least you got a few $100s of free meat out of it. That's something. Oh, my God. I know all about venison. My father was a big deer hunter when we were kids. So every year he'd go out hunting deer. And, of course, he wasn't a very good hunter. Sometimes he got something. Sometimes he didn't. I mean, imagine that. It's real difficult to hit a fucking dumb animal who is just standing there with a high-powered rifle and a telescope. Yeah. So sometimes he didn't get a deer. But when he did, he would make the venison jerky. So, you know, he would make venison jerky, the best shit in the world, better than any jerky you ever had. He would marinate it in teriyaki overnight in the refrigerator. And then he would put it in a stove on a low heat, and you'd open the door so the moisture could escape, and it would get just right, and it would be black. And we would call it black gold because that stuff was so fucking tasty. I remember one time, he gave me and my brother each a pound of jerky. And you know that jerky is expensive. And to get a pound of jerky, you got to start with like 10 pounds of meat because it's just totally eviscerated of all moisture. I mean, they just remove all the moisture out of it. So to get 1 pound of jerky, you have a hell of a lot of meat involved. So that's like a lot of money right there. That's about $100 in jerky. And I think I ate it in a day. Didn't eat anything else but the fucking jerky. At the end of the day, I had a horrible headache because apparently if you eat too much protein with not enough moisture and just all protein, you get this massive, almost like migraine headache. So that's a bad idea. So advice to all of you out there, do not eat venison or beef or any kind of jerky without eating anything else. I mean, maybe it would have been okay if I ate vegetables or something with it. But, yeah. I love jerky, yeah. I mean, as kids, that would be like the treat. I remember my brother, he would hide it. He would hide it under his fucking pillow or under his bed. And, of course, he would steal my jerky. A douchebag. Just very random conversation. How the fuck we get on the topic of fucking beef jerky? What the fuck? Talk about a random conversation. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, my God. Venezuela. Oh, the dead raccoon. Yeah, well, you can make jerky out of anything. Yeah. But the situation's pretty bad there. So the death knell for Venezuela was about 15 years. They were far less wealthy than America, though. You see, how long it takes a society to collapse from socialism depends on how rich they were at the start. So you say, for example, America is the richest country on earth. Not anymore. I mean, we're fucking broke. I mean, if you look at the balance book, we are dead broke. But we used to be the richest country in the world. And wealth is not actual money. You know, wealth is the things we produce. And the intellectual capital that we have. So we have the most intellectual capital in the world. 90% of the world's capital is intellectual. It's not material-based. So we have a lot of wealth. So it's going to take a lot longer. And how long have we been at this redistribution thing? I mean, it really started in earnest in, say, the late 60s, early 70s. Let's say 1970. Or let's put it at even 1975, okay? So what's it been, about 40 years, a little more? And that's not long enough. So it's probably going to take another 40 years. Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that. Have you checked out China? They might be the largest. As far as GDP, no. But they're going to beat out America within the next 5 years as the largest. I mean, you know, Trump can only do so much, and Obama did enough damage. That motherfucker did so much damage that Trump can't even get a Obamacare Light repeal introduced. I mean, he gets that defeated by dumbasses like that brain-dead John McCain. That motherfucker who's running around. How should he even still a congressman? He had that brain surgery. Looks like he's got a bad tick on the right side of his fucking face. I mean, this fucking guy shouldn't be a fucking senator. How did he even get reelected anyway after he lost to Obama? God. This fucking idiot. I hate McCain. Oh, no, we can't get rid of Obamacare. No, I fought against it. Yeah, I fought against Obamacare when it was introduced. But now I'm going to fight for it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Dude, retire already. What are you, like 85 now? All right, well, you're a fucking old man now. Just retire. Go live off the pension, the huge pension that you've built up after serving all these years as a senator. The pension that you voted for to give yourself when you retire. I fucking hate people like that I have to remain relevant. I have to remain relevant, so I'm going to stay in politics, even after I have brain surgery, and I'm like 80 years old, and I'm going to be dead in like 2 years. But oh no, I have to stay in the limelight. I have to stay in power. Bunch of fucking psychopaths. They can't give up the power that they have. 40 years. It's going to take that long. I'll be an old man before the fall or the collapse comes, but it will come. It's inevitable. You can't keep up these socialist programs without consequence. Yeah, so what's his name? Crazy MGTOW? Angry MGTOW. Yeah, Angry MGTOW. Him saying that the collapse is coming soon. He's just pandering to his audience. He's just telling them what they want to hear. It ain't coming soon, dude. Okay? What might be canceled before the collapse? Debt? This isn't ancient Egypt. They don't cancel debts. No, come on. Really? That doesn't happen. Aren't you familiar with Chicago and Detroit? Aren't you familiar with these bastions of democracy and socialism? You've got perfect examples within America. Hello, resentful immortalist. Nice to see you. We have a new arrival. Detroit is a perfect example. It's a country that's been run by Democrats for 50, 60 years, and it's bankrupt. It's dead. The city looks like a bomb hit it. Everybody's gone. Nothing's being produced there. The only thing that's doing good business are pawn shops, as people are pawning everything they can so they can have something to eat the next day. The country is totally fucking broke. I mean, the city is totally fucking broke. You want a perfect example of what happens? Detroit. They didn't get rid of their socialist programs when things started to plummet. They just implemented more of them. And then the government collapsed in Detroit. It's too late. People ride that horse into the motherfucking ground. They don't want to give up their power. They don't want to give up their positions. They don't want to give up their free goodies. They ride that horse until he dies. We have examples of this all over the world to tell us that's what happens. They don't seek to right the sinking ship. They ride that sinking ship until it goes into the motherfucking ground, and then they pilfer that motherfucking ship for all its loot and all its treasure and every little benefit that they can eke out of it. And then they live a comfortable life after they abandon the ship in the only lifeboat, which they conveniently hid from everybody else. And that's their one lifeboat, and they get off with all the free goodies and all the shit. And all the rest of us, we sink. We sink with the fucking boat. So that's how socialism ends up. They'll ride it into the ground. They won't right the ship. They won't self-correct. It doesn't self-correct. It always happens that way. Politicians stay in power until the very end. Gynocentrism, it's part of the problem, but it's really just a symptom of the problem. Women have been weaponized, you see. Women are the perfect tool of the global elites, and gynocentrism is just another one of those tools. So they have a bunch of them. They got the identity politics. They created this intersectionality bullshit to unite all the supposed oppressed groups into one unit that could all fight together for the freeing themselves from the evil white man. Yeah, we're the evil, by the way. We're the ones that produce the most, that allow these people to not have a job and sit around and eat Cheetos and watch TV all day and watch Oprah while we go out and fucking work. Yeah. They don't seem to understand that. We have to fall. Yeah, we do have to fall so they can implement their wonderful socialist utopia. Debt is the goal. They want debt. The global elites want debt. It makes them richer because it doesn't cost them anything. But it gives them back real money, real property, real tangible wealth. Meanwhile, they're printing monopoly money. That's all it is. The only cost to them is the paper and the ink. Meanwhile, they have trillions in gold in vaults in their homes. But hey, and they can continue to buy even more gold and more real wealth and real resources based off of monopoly money. It's a big scam. Maybe. I don't know. I never seen the guy. Maybe he's a nerd. He found himself a girlfriend. That's great for him until it failed. But it's not really great. I tell guys don't get girlfriends. That's a big waste of time. Because eventually, they're just going to fuck you over. I haven't had a girlfriend in 7, 8 years. I may just pump them and dump them. That's all I advocate. Just pump them and dump them. Or recently, I don't even have that much interest in them, to be honest. It wanes as you get older. And, of course, the more aware you become of reality, you really do lose interest. Didn't they make it illegal for the citizens? Yes. No, it's not illegal anymore. But it was illegal until very recently, like back in the 90s or something. And it was legal again, or 80s or 90s, it was legal to own gold again. But yes, that was a big scam. Getting rid of the gold standard in America was just a scam so they could steal everybody's gold. So they made it illegal to own gold in America. And only people who didn't live in America could buy the gold. So here's what happened. Essentially, you had X amount of time to hand in your gold to the government, and in return, you would get worthless paper that they called money. And then they sold that gold overseas. And, of course, the people that bought the gold were everybody that had part ownership in the Federal Reserve Bank and all the other banks. So the gold was sold to secret buyers, essentially everybody that owned a bank. So all the global elite bankers bought all the gold. And they bought 700 million ounces. That's how much was seized from Americans. That tells you, Fort Knox is empty. That's why there's no they're not allowed to do any assessing of the gold there. There's no inspections allowed. There hasn't been anybody in Fort Knox since like the early 70s. It's totally empty. Everybody knows that. Yeah. It's 100% empty. Yes. They sold the gold. Sure. Now the people that own all the gold, the majority of the world's gold are owned by the banks. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with stealing from Fort Knox. Yeah, that motherfucker is empty. There ain't been any gold in there in 40 plus years. So all the bankers have the gold. Can you imagine that? 700 million ounces. 700 million ounces of gold. That tells you how rich America was before they stole our gold. 700 million. Holy shit. That's the majority of the world's gold. And we used to have that much. Now we don't have shit. Yeah, there's a few dudes that have like old gold coins and shit. That's about it. Otherwise, no. Nobody's got gold. Very few people have gold. That Donald Trump has something like $140 million worth of gold in a vault somewhere. But most people do not own gold. The global elites, they own the gold. Hell, the Rothschilds have something like $3 trillion worth of gold. Yeah, right. They own like 70% of the world's gold. The global bankers, probably more. But it's at least that much. So they manipulate the gold price. Meanwhile, they still hold the gold. You know what happens when you buy and sell gold and you bid on gold? You're just buying, a piece of paper that says, I own gold. But you don't get the actual gold. They still hold on to the gold. And then you wait until the price goes up and you sell it. But the whole time, they hold the gold. This is how banking works. Yeah, the universal bankers they're scum. They've destroyed the world. Yes. Banking is one of the most evil institutions on earth. But of course, they print the money. They have the money. They make the rules. It's that simple. Yes, silver is far superior, as I said before, because it's much more common, so it's much more difficult to manipulate. Absolutely. But they'll never let that happen. You're not going to get a return to any type of commercial standard represented by wealth until the economy collapses and there's a new government and they learn their lesson and no more fiat currency. Or if we do print fiat currency, we print it ourselves, like Lincoln did with the greenbacks. And you don't have a Federal Reserve. All this fucking debt. I mean, you would still have inflation, but you wouldn't have any debt. The government doesn't know it's self-money, okay? The only reason we have debt is because of the Federal Reserve Bank, okay? Because they charge us interest on that fucking money that they buy in the form of bonds and shit. And plus, they loan us money as well, which has no value, until we take it and use it, and then it enters the money supply, and then it has value. Now, there's that, too. It's much more durable. I mean, that's not the consideration as far as money, as far as how durable it is. It's how scarce it is and how much intrinsic value it has. I mean, if I want to have $1,000 in gold or $1,000 in fucking silver, the gold, I got a little fucking pouch and I got like a tiny coin in it. The fucking silver, I got a backpack on with a 40-pound block of silver in it. So there's the practicality aspect. But again, then you just have a gold-backed currency or some kind of something like that. But there's also I saw this on a YouTube video or some video where these guys had invented a practical, realistic way of using gold as currency. What they did was they had this like little book, and they had pieces of paper infused with gold dust, with particulate gold, and each little piece of paper had serrated edges, you know, and you could just tear off a little piece, and that one little piece would be worth $1. And then if you ripped off 5, it'd be like $5, and each book would represent like maybe $100 or $1,000. I mean, it depends on how many little pieces, and you just tear off a piece, and that's currency. Much more practical than carrying around like fucking coins and shit. I mean, because for $1, for these days, for a little coin, I mean, the coin would have to be like a little piece of dust. So that's not practical. You'd lose that money pretty easy. So they infused little pieces of paper with actual gold. And you could burn the piece of paper, and there would be a little bit of molten gold there, but it'd be a very small amount. But the amount is equal to whatever that amount of gold is worth in currency. So it's very practical. You just tear off a little piece of paper and you pay for it. Or if it's like $100, you tear off like 5 pages or something, and there you go. And that's it. You're actually exchanging gold for goods and services. Perfect. No government owning the gold and then printing money that itself has no value. And then they can still do fractional reserve lending where they can lend out 10 or 20 times the amount of actual gold they have on reserve. Was the one who allowed the bankers like JP Morgan to create the Federal Reserve. Well, there was a secret meeting that a bunch of congressmen attended on an island outside of New York, I think. I forget the specific details. But this was in 1912. And they essentially, Jekyll Island, there you go. And they essentially just bribed them. And they just bribed all the congressmen. And then the congressmen went back and they pushed the agenda of the bank. Yeah, that's a great thing. Yeah, at the Federal Reserve Bank, we've had all these ups and downs and all these crashes and everything. No, these crashes and instability in the market, they're caused by the banks, you idiots. They're caused by all these banks because there were like thousands upon tens of thousands of private banks in America. And all the speculation these banks were doing, those were causing the instability in the money supply and in the economy for large part. Of course, in any capitalist system, you're going to have some ups and downs and bubbles and bursts, but they're far less when you have some kind of central Federal Reserve, some kind of central reserve bank controlling things. But they sold this bullshit to the voters, who, or at this point weren't too bright, obviously, that, this will be great. This will stop all of the runs on banks, and this will stop all the problems that we've had with the instability in the economy, the giving all the control to one central source. And, of course, this sounds good to dummies. Yeah, geez, one person controlling everything. Yeah, things will be more stable. No, because you're trying to control something that is, in and of itself, chaos incarnate. The market controls itself, okay? The market is amorphous. You can't control it from the outside. It decides what it wants to be, not you. So the more you try to control it, the more unstable it gets. But, of course, they don't get that. The Shekel Island. Yeah, that's true. The Jews control the banks. That is true. Well, they're Jews. We're not going to say the Jews because that would imply that all Jews. No, the people that control the banks just happen to be Jews because the Rothschild family and all those rich bankers were Jews, and they pass it all on to their kids and such. J.P. Morgan. Yeah, J.P. Morgan was just a shill of the Rothschilds, though. As rich as he was just one of their puppets. And it's possibly insurance sunk the Titanic for the insurance money. Could be. I don't know about that. I know it supposedly hit an iceberg. Who knows? Who fucking knows? That was a long time ago. Maybe he did. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if the guy sunk his own fucking boat for the insurance money. From what I heard, it was poorly made. For all the talk about how unsinkable it wasn't that well made. Okay, well, I don't know. I'd have to look into some research to see if how much evidence there was to support that. But anyway, the worst until they start infusing them with iron pipe. No, because the little gold pieces, they're scanners that can read them and read the exact amount of gold. So like you know how you have the light you can shine over the money. Well, the money goes right into the little pieces of paper that are infused with gold. They get passed under a scanner right before they're accepted, and it reads the amount of gold and verifies that it has that much. And it does it in like a split second. So it's like when you scan an item or something. I mean, it really is very advanced technology, and businesses would have to sign up for it, and of course it would be private at first. But that's the perfect kind of currency. But of course the government will never allow that to happen because if they lose control of the money supply, they lose control of you. Yes, they showed it. I saw a video demonstration where they were talking about how it works. It was very simple. It just got passed under it before it was handed to the cashier, and it verified. Well, that's a very big. Yeah, what they were using was very specialized. Yeah, that machine is very advanced, and it's for a wide variety of scanning of various elements. This machine was specifically just made for gold. So it was very specifically tailored, so it wasn't anything like that. It was just like a scanner. And so you would just tear off the piece of paper, and you would hand it to them, and they would just, flash it underneath the scanner. And, yes, gold, thank you, have a nice day. And then they would give you change. I don't know how that would. I guess the change they would give you, that would be, there are solutions, though. For example, the company that handles it would essentially just electronically get any change and then reissue that to you in the form of gold paper. So, yeah, it's very, very easy to do. Well, it's like not really, because it's actual currency. I mean, this is real gold. It might be gold dust of a very small amount, but the paper is infused with something that has actual value. That's what money's supposed to be. Paper has no value. So you can print. The thing that makes money is its scarcity. The more scarce, the more value what you're using as currency has. What we have now has zero value. It's just faith currency. It's like, oh, I say it has value, so it has value. No. That's a good question. How the hell do those cryptocurrencies work? Yeah, that's why I tell people don't buy, don't invest in those cryptocurrencies, because very soon governments across the world are going to start cracking down on them and making it very difficult to use them, and they'll lose a lot of their value. Well, I know how magnets work, but the cryptocurrency, I mean, I know how it works in terms of cryptography. How does it have value? Because the people are using it as a medium. They've chosen this medium. It's a private form of currency. They've ascribed a specific value to it, and they've said, okay, we are going to put dollars or shekels, whatever the fuck you want, a currency you're putting into the actual cryptocurrency, and saying, okay, so we're going to choose to use this as our medium of transfer. And in many ways, it's like a barter system, except it's a barter with something standing in for what you would be exchanging between each other. Instead of fucking moccasins for a cooking pan, this is my currency. It has X amount of value. Your item has this value. They're equal, so here you go. That's always how money has worked, really, except for the fact that what's being used has actual value. Now, that's why I don't go for cryptocurrencies, because cryptocurrencies in and of themselves are a form of faith-based currency. And they themselves are based on currency that has no value whatsoever. Oh, tall man, I don't know. Oh, he did, yeah. Okay. Gonna have to mute him. There we go, muted. I mean, unless he wants to have a direct conversation. I mean, wouldn't serve much purpose, though. But yeah, money has to have its own value. Then you can't manipulate its value. And that's why the bankers don't like people having money in the form of a commodity. They can't control that. You see, the markets are controlled by the individuals within a country. A market's based on supply and demand, as well as what the people want, what people don't want. And when you start to think about it, that's very, very complex. I mean, how are you going to predict, or, I mean, you can to a certain point by following the markets, and that's how a lot of people get rich. They look at where the market's going, where people's likes and dislikes are, and then they hedge their bets and invest in stuff that they think the market's going to want. But how can you control that? You can't control what people want and don't want, not to mention the supply and the demand of the product itself. So how the fuck could a reserve bank control that? It can't. It's too chaotic. And the really good thing is it controls itself. It doesn't need anybody to control it. What, ANCAP Jesus, what are you talking about? Mega Man coming after you? I don't know what the hell. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not following the conversation, or I missed something. Yeah, I don't think I missed anything. So I don't know the reference you're talking about. So look at a prison economy. Inmates trade cigarettes as currency. Yeah, right, because cigarettes have value. They're a commodity. Tobacco is still a cash crop, meaning you're always going to have. When you talk about a cash crop is all it is a crop that is you're going to guaranteed to make money on. It's not like fucking corn, which you can essentially take, and maybe some people want it, or it goes up and it goes down. No, tobacco is addictive. It's always going to have somebody that wants it. You're guaranteed to make money off of tobacco. Yes, precisely. That's why silver and gold, and this is the fucked up thing, that's in the Constitution. The Constitution even says there shall be no money except, it says gold and silver are money. They're very explicit. If you look in the Federalist Papers and you look at the Constitution, the founders hated paper money. They did not want paper money. Even 250 years ago, they knew the dangers of paper money and fiat currency. Yeah, anything can be, but well, yeah, to a certain extent. But you can't just use anything in terms of a global sense, or that's why gold has always been good. So you want to find something that is scarce, but not too scarce, meaning that people in it can have access to it, and that it's portable enough to be used as currency, and it has enough value, and that everybody would want, or that everybody could use, and it would make a good currency. That's why gold has been such a good currency. I mean, the only people that didn't use gold as currency were the fucking Aztecs and the Mayans, and they thought it was worthless. But otherwise, the whole goddamn world, besides them, used gold and silver because they recognized what a good medium of exchange it was. Yeah, you're welcome as long as you're not actually a troll. Hey, you can have the name of a troll so long as you're not a troll. If you're here to troll, I'll just mock you and fuck with you, and then I'll kick you out. But no, you're welcome. And he doesn't have he's not in the chat room. Okay. Okay, so troll. Yes, anything like that will be valuable. Once the collapse comes, anything that has intrinsic value will be good for currency. Absolutely. And of course, gold and silver. Weapons will be valuable. No question about that. Guns especially. Ammo. Tobacco will be good. Liquor will be very good. Now, all that stuff that people want. The stuff that people want, they're always going to want. No problem. I guess Troll doesn't want to take the trouble. Can you hear me? Do you have to see this? I'm not sure. Do you have to download the standalone app to enter the voice chat and hear me? I'm not sure about that. Or do you just need it to interact using your own voice? Who's talking? Somebody's talking? I don't know who's talking. Mute who? I don't know who you're talking about. Just mute who? Who are you talking about? Nobody's talking but me that I can see. Sonny, I don't see him. He's muted. How is he talking? All right, well, there. He ain't talking now. Well, I server muted him. Can you still hear him? Okay. Well, I hit the server mute button, so you shouldn't hear him now. Well, I guess it's server mute for me. I should be able to mute whoever the hell I want. What the hell? Oh, that's weird. Oh, you're just going to have to mute him yourself then, guys. You just right-click on and mute. Roles. How does that work? I don't know. Yeah, roles. I don't know how. Oh, okay, I see. I click on the person, yeah. Well, roles for who? Kicking over. No, I'm not stupid. I know how that works. I can see how. I'm right-clicking here. Profile. Yeah, I can do that. I don't know. You mean for when I'm not here? I mean, I could give a shit about what happens when I'm not here. Add permission, but yeah. Wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. All right, let me stop.